And the Rebels will boot it away to start the game. Here's the return from inside his 10. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and give my guy an opportunity, because both of these guys, David, have proven they can make circus-level catches.
I mean, when they're not open, they're open. I mean, they can make the dynamic catches, the contested catches. They have the speed. They are two of the best playmakers in all of the country. So whenever an offense has the football today, you're going to like the show.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Got his man on the right. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. Convert that 3rd down on the slant. Now everybody sort of settles into the game.
Yeah, you do have nerves. I mean, everybody does. Opening drive, that you watched film, and how good are they really? And you get that first down. You throw the quick timing slant. Now,
there he goes. Across the 50 and knocked out of bounds at the 48. An explosive play gets this offense working.
I don't think the defense was expecting an outside run there. Offensively, they go with the toss play, and the running back's able to get to the outside and downfield. It was too late before the defense was able to tackle him out of bounds.
Making side adjustments here. Working the middle. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
That big play has them in business. 1st and 10 inside the 20. Power football with the run. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Fights off a defender. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving right down the field. You just run to set yourself up now in 1st and goal. They are feeling it.
So close to cashing it in for this offense. Running with the fullback. Into the end zone for the touchdown.
They did a really good job of setting the tone and stringing that drive together. It was a long drive. They needed to convert some specific spots. They did it, and here's how they ended it, with physicality. Punch him in the mouth, opening this game with a statement, and they got the early lead.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A 70-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it off with the score from the 4. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Rebels offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. They are going to be greeted rather rudely, I guess, by a group of defensive linemen that wreak havoc and hunt down quarterbacks, Jesse.
And they wreck games. They take away everything you do offensively. So it's a huge challenge in this one, David, for this offensive coordinator to try to call plays and find ways to get the football away from these big fellas up front because they take games over.
And get the ball out quick. Like when you've got a defensive line that can penetrate, that can get TFLs, get sacks, it's going to be on this offensive line to buy a little bit of time, but also the ball to come out quick, win in the secondary right now.
Got it in the middle. It's Haas. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. The Rebels come to the line in the hurry-up. You know, you think back on the Jackson Dart era at Ole Miss, the best 3-year run in more than 50 years. Now Austin Simmons steps in, full of potential, Jesse, to lead the Rebels to further glory.
Quarterbacks have played so well under Lane Kiffin in recent years. You can even go ahead of Jackson Dart back to Matt Corral and what he was doing in that offense. So now the lefty takes over. This dude's got a lot of talent.
Turning it on. He's at the and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Rebels.
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
And he tacked on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Quarterback may change this route. Dropping back, it's Jordan. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Wide open downfield. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the back. Oh, better look out. Rams him with the stiff arm. Big pickup on the ground into plus territory, and they get him out of bounds at the 41.
Defense, man, you got to go low, and you got to chop that tree down, right? Go with the legs, take the legs out from underneath them so he can't continue to churn those puppies out and get extra yards after contact like he did there.
They'll try the run, and there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And I love when defenses see pulling guards because what you're supposed to do is run through immediately. If you're a linebacker, you see a pulling guard, I'm running through that gap. If you're a defensive lineman and that guard pulls in front of you, I run down the line of scrimmage and chase. Great job seeing that puller, making a play, getting a tackle for a loss.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Running back searching for a hole. Did everything he could to discard the tacklers, but he was just able to get back to where he started. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Zings it complete to the right. He's tackled right at the 40-yard line. That is well short of the first down, and let's see if they go for it here. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the 2nd. On 4th and 9, the offense will stay on the field. Might be changing the route. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Complete out of the backfield. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
And I think that time the quarterback made the wrong read. He was trying to pitch it. He didn't have to, though. There was a lot of green grass and space out in front of him. If he just holds on to that football, he might not score a touchdown, but he's definitely going to be able to at least get positive yards. I think that's a play.
Touchdown! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Notre Dame is trailing right now, but they are not out of this. I remember Rocket Ismail wake up the echoes all by himself. Let's see if this group can come back. They're trailing by 9 to NC State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, he's got some space. Changing on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29. And the Rebels headed quickly to the line.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Still on his feet at the 45.
You just can't say enough about this quarterback and how important his legs are to their success for this season, for this game, and really for this drive. Earlier, when he called his own number, it was a big gain. He does it again. He's got the knack with just understanding when to throw it, when to take off and run. You saw it right there.
Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. And now on second down for this offense. With the catch, it's Wallace. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Back to throw, it's Simmons. He finds a dead spot in the middle. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. The Rebels have it with a first and goal. Go straight ahead. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Excellent pass by the back on the option.
And I like this offense. They didn't panic. A lot of times you see offenses panic and want to get back in it when they're down really quickly, and they forced the issue. They stayed patient. They stayed within themselves, and we're an extra point away from being a tied football game.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point was good. And after the extra point was good, it's even Steven here in the second quarter. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, like, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters, so
breaks into the open. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Here we go. Back has it. Can't get him to the ground. They might go back to that one in a big spot as they pick up the first down out of the Wildcat.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
Direct snap. Hard running there. He'll be forced out of bounds after the nice gain on the run.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. Snap to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They're a couple of yards short of the first down, but the offense will stay out there on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, first down and more. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44. Last completion moves the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking downfield, it's Jordan. Under fire. Working that left side. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 41 after the good gain there.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the first down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
Looking to throw on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. It's complete on the right side. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 and the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And they're in for a touchdown.
Really nice physical running that time. Nice push up front by the offensive line. Getting it in for the touchdown. They now take a 1-possession lead here with just a little bit of time left in the first half.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. So a drive there of 82 yards, and they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Bringing it back. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quick that you can go to.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Wants to throw. It's Simmons. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And the Rebels will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Hauls it in at the 40. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. And we'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And finally, this quarterback looks human for one play. He has been lights out up to this point. Very accurate, making good decisions in a beautiful rhythm, and finally throws his first incompletion of the game.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. It's caught. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. It'll be 3rd and long. To the air, it's Jordan. Makes the grab on the left. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Steps away. He'll pull it down and run. He's pushed out of bounds at the 22.
Man, this defense has their hands full today because not only do they have to worry about the running backs and not only do they have to worry about the passing game, they've got to worry about this quarterback running the football because of plays like that. Not a huge explosive play, but he showed you the athleticism, and he showed you he has the ability to hurt you with his legs.
Never a doubt. And now the lead is extended a little further. So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. And he takes this from inside the 5. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. Perfect chance for us to put the first 2 quarters under the microscope. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Well, the defense knew coming into the second half here, they were going to have to crank up the pass rush, right? They've got the lead. They're going to be seeing this quarterback drop back. How can you affect him? You've got to win up front one-on-one and get home, and they did there on third down.
The Rebels trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Fires on the move. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sacked first down, just thrown an incompletion. So third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
Another incompletion on third down.
And you got to wonder if this offense is going to go for it here. They're trailing now by a lot. I know there's a lot of football still to go, and I know they're on their own end of the field, but just kind of get the feeling their defense hasn't gotten a ton of stops. They may need to stay out there, and they're going to need this quarterback to make a play.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Trying to get the corner. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. He might want another play. He's got an open man. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's 2nd down. Line getting set on 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Jordan. Pocket breaking down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
4th down and 12 is 4-down territory for this offense. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the catch. It's Howard. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Got his man out of the backfield. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over it.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and gang tackled.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Jordan. Oh, looked upfield too soon and dropped the football, and it'll be 3rd down. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He's brought down right at the 13-yard line. Still a ways to go to make it to the line to gain. Let's see what they do on 4th. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Bought a little time, lets it go. And it's a touchdown, puts 6 on the board. No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. The home team is within striking distance, but time is not on their side. Time to see if they can solve this riddle. The Knights' mantra all season has been finish what you've started. They wear the T-shirts. They have the signs up in the weight room. Time to find out if they can walk the walk. It's less than a touchdown lead. They're trailing by 6 to UCF. For now, it's back to you fellows, but of course, if anything changes from Big 12 country, you'll hear about it here.
Thanks for... There he goes! He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Rebels! Once he got some room, it was over. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. Their lead is down to 10. It's moments like this you start to feel a little bit of heat to put points on the board. Complete to start this drive. Can't come in half-stepping to tackle this guy. Too much strength and power. He's up to the 25. 2nd down coming up. Leaves it with the running back. Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. To the ground with the back. Got the 1st down and more. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
1st and 10 as the clock winds under a minute to go here in the 3rd quarter. They'll leave it with him. Shows him the stiff arm. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Jordan. They've got the screen set up. Oh, gives him the tough stiff arm. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. Sticks it in his belly. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
And they're kind of going to their closer now, right? Like they give it to the physical guy that gets downhill, north-south, right away, hard to tackle, falls forward, paving holes, and this is a good opportunity for this offense to keep pounding and try to run that clock out.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They wrestle him down at the 16-yard line. A third down stop. Now to see what they do on fourth down.
Well, nice job there by the running back. They toss it to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good game for this offense.
The offense changing the play. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he barrels into the end zone for a touchdown. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak. They thought maybe they could contain him. They thought wrong.
They did, and don't call him a quarterback anymore. Just call these guys skill players. I mean, he's so fast, you can tell the angles just get chewed up. You think you got a chance to catch him. I'll tell you what, put that in your back pocket. Understand, that guy can fly. I better make sure I take the proper angles when I'm chasing him.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing...
Lost one deep down the right side. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Fires to the big fella. What a cut. Now he's loose. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just freezed the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He'll keep it himself. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. And the Rebels want to crank the tempo.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They was dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41. The Rebels with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking to throw, it's Simmons. Here's the pressure. Fires on the run. Makes the grab inside the 30. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out.
Ball is loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Everything broke down. The quarterback tried to bail them out, but he ended up making things worse when he fumbled.
Yeah, I like the quarterback and his athleticism, extending the play and at least giving himself the chance, but you got to finish. You still have to do a good job taking care of the football. That's priority number one, and he wasn't able to do that.
3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Sends it back in motion. Give to the big fullback. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line.
It's like a cheat code. You know what's coming, but it's so hard to stop when you got the big fullback who comes downhill when you need it the most on 3rd down and just falls forward and is going to get the first down. It's so nice to have, and this offense is set up with a chance to run this clock out.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
Well, a big key for this defense coming into this game was could they impact this guy when he drops back to pass? We all know he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in all of college football. They weren't sure, honestly, if they were even going to be able to get him to the ground. They just wanted him to get rid of the football earlier than he needed to. But that time, in the second half, they come away with their first sack of the game, and that is going to be a big shot in the arm for this defense.
Here comes the heat. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
And, man, it can be dangerous when quarterbacks get outside the pocket. They can stress your defense so bad. You better chase them. You got to keep running as hard as you can and try to get to him before he can throw that football, and especially square those shoulders up. Nice job by the...
And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
Well, here we are late in the game, and this secondary, they are still covering. They forced the QB to hold on to it, and then he bailed out, trying to buy himself more time. Because he couldn't get rid of the football so quickly early, that allowed the pass rush to get to him.
He'll field the punt and see what he can get. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. So the first play of the drive, starting here from the 45. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. Here's a throw downfield late. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
I'll tell you what, you could tell the defense knew exactly what they were doing. They were dialed in, took away the primary target, and then it's on you as an offense. Now I got to adjust. I got to do something different to what they're doing.
Dropping back, it's Simmons. He's taking the deep shot. And the pass goes incomplete, looking to make things look a little tighter on the scoreboard, but that's going to do it. We're at the midway point of the season, and after the showing they delivered today, this team is firing on all cylinders through Week 7.
We've been talking a lot about this team, but you want to be remembered in the month of November. The most important part in the meat of this schedule now is coming up. If you play well throughout the second half of the year, we're talking college football playoff potential.
Yeah, but you got to start somewhere, right? And I like that they started strong, made it to Week 7 now. Yes, the rivalries are coming up, and more important games are coming up. But you...